Oh, hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode of Cycling Insider, we have a true surprise from Merida, and this time it's gonna be the 2021 Merida Scultura Endurance range. I say it's a true surprise from Merida because I was expecting that Merida in 2021 will introduce this kind of endurance road bike, because when you looked at their lineup in the 2020 season, there wasn't a pure dedicated endurance bike. So now for the 2021, Merida is introducing a Scultura Endurance range, and today let's focus on the Scultura Endurance 6000. And I'm really excited about this range of bikes from Merida because I really think they did an excellent job with this bike, and also they have positioned it in the very good price range, and I think a lot of people who are in the kind of lookout for the endurance road bikes should definitely check this new Scultura Endurance. So, first thing first, let's talk about who is this bike for. So Merida Scultura Endurance, as the name suggests, is all about long days in the saddle, more relaxed geometry, and more of the endurance rides. If you want to go a bit more sharper geometry, a bit more lighter frames, then you should go with the regular Merida Scultura. So this one is all about long days in the saddle. And when you look at the paint schemes on offer for this bike, for the Scultura Endurance 6000, luckily for you, you're gonna have two paint schemes to choose from. One is this, I would call it a bit boring kind of gray and black, which I would personally just skip, not my cup of tea. And then you have this beautiful one, which is metallic red with black, pretty classic color. You might also call it almost like a Ferrari red and black combination. Absolutely beautiful. I would definitely choose this red and black. But it's good to know that there are two paint schemes to choose from, and I suspect that on different bike markets, this also might be different. On some markets you might only get one paint scheme to choose from, and if it's the one, I really hope it's this red and the black. So let's talk about the price for this bike. So the asking price for this bike on the UK market is gonna be 2,500 British pounds, which is approximately now, I would say something about $3,100 US. So definitely not a cheap bike, but a very interesting price point, and you will see when we go into the specifications of the bike why I truly believe this could be a big seller from Merida Scultura Endurance range. So, as always, I suggest you to negotiate the price of this bike when you go to your local Merida bike dealer. Now, of course, since this bike has just been introduced like a few days ago, you won't get a discount immediately. But if you wait a few months, and I suggest something like October, I truly believe that if the retail price is 2,500 British pounds, I would aim for the price of approximately 2,100 British pounds, and this is definitely achievable if you negotiate nicely and you are behaving nicely. And also, since the US market will probably have the price of about $3,100 US, I would aim in October to negotiate the price down to something about $2,700 US, $2,600, $2,700 US. If you get it for these levels of prices, I think you are just getting an amazing value for your money. So let's dive into the components and let's see what do you get for your hard-earned money. We will start with the frame and the fork. So this is a carbon fiber frame and carbon fiber fork from Merida. This is their CF3 level of the carbon fiber frame and the fork. Keep in mind that Merida's currently carbon fiber frames go all the way to the CF4 level, and usually the main difference is, of course, the kind of the stiffness of the frame, lightness of the frame, certain fibers they use. So I'm guessing this CF3 level is kind of the most optimum level for this kind of endurance road bike. Also keep in mind that Merida is one of the rare bike manufacturers that controls the whole process of the production of their carbon fiber frames and forks. So it means everything from the raw material to the finished product. The same thing that Giant does, and that's why I'm a huge fan of both Giant and Merida bikes, because of this full control of the whole process of the production. And of course, you know that Merida is based in Taiwan, the same stuff as Giant, because usually other bike manufacturers would just outsource the production of their carbon fiber frames to the factories in China or Taiwan. So top-notch carbon fiber frame and the fork, CF3 level carbon fiber. Keep in mind that this is a lifetime warranty on the carbon fiber frame from Merida, and also 5 years warranty on the carbon fiber fork. And now there are some very nice additions on this bike. I'll start with of course, the frame and the fork ready for the 12mm through axles, both front and back, also internal cable routing. And then there's a beautiful addition that the frame and the fork are basically ready for the 35mm tires, or 32mm tires if you put the fenders. So you see, super wide tires you can put on it, and you can also put the fenders on this bike. Absolutely top notch. Superb choice from Merida. Bottom bracket is a press fit bottom bracket, BB86 Shimano press fit bottom bracket. Again, I hope it won't be any problems with creaking bottom brackets, because Merida frames have a good quality control. So, as I said, frame and fork, carbon fiber, lifetime warranty on the frame, 5 years warranty on the fork. When it comes to the braking performance, here you will have the Shimano's Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes. You already know I'm a huge fan of Shimano Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes. I just think they are the best stuff on the market, considering the value for money. So you are getting a superb braking performance, and also braking rotors are Shimano's RT800 top-notch braking rotors, 160mm rotors both front and back, absolutely no cutting corners in the department of braking. It is so important that they didn't cut corners here. When it comes to the headset, handlebar stem, this is all Merida's own in-house production. So the handlebar is the aluminium piece, Merida Expert. Handlebar stem is also aluminium piece, so nothing special to add here. These small pieces in the future are easy to replace if you want to move to the carbon fiber, but I just wouldn't bother with that. I would just leave these aluminium pieces because they're going to be perfectly fine. When it comes to the shifting performance, you will get the full Shimano's Ultegra mechanical group set, which is again top-notch Shimano's group set, one of the Shimano's workhorses. Again, in my opinion, amazing value for money, this Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set. A nice addition on the back, of course, Shimano's Ultegra rear mech, GS Shimano Ultegra rear mech, so this one can take a big cassette. And of course, the shifters, front mech, rear mech, everything is Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set. I have no complaints here. This is a top-notch group set. When it comes to the seat post, you will have Merida's own carbon fiber seat post, 27.2mm in diameter. Again, beautiful addition on this endurance bike, just because a carbon fiber seat post soaks up the road bumps so much more nicely than the aluminium one. When it comes to the saddle, Merida's Expert saddle, I have no experience with Merida saddles. If anybody has any experience, please do leave a comment below so all of us know what's the quality of these saddles. But as always, I have to say that once when you find your preferred saddle, please do keep it as long as possible. Chain on this bike is the KMC X11 chain. So this is the only deviation from the Shimano Ultegra group set. There is nothing wrong with this KMC X11 chain, top-notch chains. If it really bothers you once when you destroy this chain, you can always move to the Shimano's Ultegra level chain. Crankset on the bike, Shimano's Ultegra, again no cutting corners. This is 50-34 crankset, and it is paired with the cassette, Shimano's HG700 cassette, Ultegra level cassette, 11-34 cassette. So this is an absolutely beautiful pairing of 50-34 at the front and 11-34 at the back. You can really attack some super steep mountains with this one, and you see at the back 11-34 cassette. It's brilliant addition on this endurance bike. And I always like to joke that in the old days you could only see 1134 cassettes on the mountain bikes. Now it's becoming kind of norm in these endurance road bikes. Bottom bracket is a press fit bottom bracket, Shimano standard. As I said, should be no problems with this one because Merida's frames are usually good quality control. Wheel set on the bike is the Fulcrum's Racing 700 wheel set, so 12mm true axles front and back. This is a 22mm height of the rim and 19mm internal width. And Fulcrum does good pairs of wheel sets. I have no special complaints here. When it comes to the hubs, I think this should again be some kind of Fulcrum own hubs. I don't have so much experience with Fulcrum hubs, but when I quickly check on their web, you can see that the whole weight of the wheel set should be, for the pair, should be something about 1,740 grams. So this is a competitive weight. This is an aluminium wheel set. But again, in the future, if you really want, you can upgrade to something a bit lighter, maybe even go for some more advanced hubs. In my opinion, always you should consider the DT Swiss wheel sets, DT Swiss hubs. This would kind of be my preference for the future. But make no mistake, this one, Fulcrum Racing 700, out of the box, top notch. Use it until it really falls into the pieces. When it comes to the tire, this was a bit surprise for me. So they've included a 32C tire, front and back, a top-notch addition, good volume, huge air volume of the tire, really making your ride more smooth and comfortable. And this tire is a Maxxis detonator tire. So again, a little fun fact, Maxxis tires, you don't see them so often on the road bikes, but when you move to the mountain bikes, especially cross-country mountain bikes, Maxxis is a huge brand, and I have a lot of experience with Maxxis tires, and they were top-notch when it comes to the cross-country mountain biking. I hope these are also good when it comes to the road bikes. Again, if you destroy these ones, and if it bothers you, you can always move to something like Continental Grand Prix tires or some of the Schwalbe tires, or even now you have a choice of Pirelli tires. And I was hoping they would give here the bike weight. Doesn't say on the official Merida web, but I would expect for this level of the bike and the equipment that the weight should be around 8.5 kilograms. Again, this should be a competitive bike weight, nothing special. Again, if you really want to drop the bike weight, you can always play with the components like the wheel set, tires, tubes, moving to tubeless, and some other little components on the bike to really drop the bike weight if you want below 8 kilos. But out of the box, it's going to be a superb bike. So as you see, I'm pretty excited about this 2021 Merida Scultura Endurance 6000 because I just think they've hit the really sweet spot with the equipment and the price. So I think in a summary we can say the following key things. So you're gonna get a carbon fiber frame and the fork from Merida. This is the CF3 level of the carbon fiber from Merida. Lifetime warranty on the frame, 5 years warranty on the fork. You will have a full Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set, so everything from the shifters, front mech, rear mech, cassette is also Shimano Ultegra, crankset is also Shimano Ultegra. Then the chain is going to be the KMC X11 chain. Braking performance is done by the Shimano's Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes with Shimano's Ultegra braking discs, and also 160mm discs both front and back, so absolutely no corners. And then you have the carbon fiber seat post included, absolutely beautiful. And also the wheel set is from Fulcrum DB 700, and approximate weight I would expect for the whole package of this bike would be between 8.5 kilograms. So, in my opinion, again, very good offering from Merida, 2021 Merida Scultura Endurance 6000 with the retail price of 2,500 British pounds or approximately $3,100. So I think this is gonna be it for today. If you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you're always notified when I make a new video. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Pura Vida.